everyone, so today I did this eye makeup tutorial. This is what I call kind of the Smokey Cat Eye. Smokey Eye is different and the cat eye is different, so I'm going to show you both of those, but this is the Smokey Cat Eye. I'll show you guys what it looks like, and I did it with a red lip. I'm not really feeling the red lip as much, so I'm probably going to take it off, but it works and it looks kind of, I don't know, Halloween-y gothic, I don't really know. You can definitely take it off though, but that's what I did it with. I did it with some really nude natural blush, Coralista by Benefit, a natural contour. A nude lip would probably be better, but this works. And these are the eyes. So they're kind of grays, blacks, silvers, and we have the cat eye thing going here and in the outer corner, and then it's also really smoky. So I hope that you guys like this tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to post them at the bottom, and hopefully this will help you guys out. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye! The first thing that we're going to do is, of course, prime our eyes. And what I'm doing, I am using this Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I have the full size of this Urban Decay one, but I really like this little thing, and it's a lot smaller than the original one, the little doe foot. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to apply this to my lid. And I'm actually going to work it in with the doe foot from this, because this is just kind of like a, as you saw, a little tube. This is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I don't know if I said that or not. But this stuff works really, really well. It's probably one of my favorites. You know, MAC has an amazing one. The Prime, I'm sorry, Prime Time is Bare Essentials. MAC has a really amazing one, the Studio Prime. I don't remember what it's called. I'll have to go get it. I haven't used it in a while just because I've had this one. And then Urban Decays are good. Gosh, they're all good. Kind of rub that in. After you work that in, you can go in with this. This is the NYX Stick in Milk. I think it's NYX. I don't know if it's NYX or NYX. I'm not really sure. But this is just how I do it. And basically we're going in this inner third and then kind of all across there on the line. And you want to make sure that you really, really work this in with your finger. Next thing I'm going to do is take the Urban Decay Polyester Bride along with a, of course, 219 pencil brush, and I'm going to tap that, oh, get it all over my black suit here, tap it all in right here, basically to where we just applied this white. We're also going to apply a little bit on the top, right by our brow bone, and we're going to finish this off later. Then I'm taking this bunted brush. It's just by Costco. It's, you know, not super, super flat, just like the 214, only it's thicker. So I'm going to take this with Cloudburst by MAC, and this is just a really black one with some blue kind of pigment shimmers. And so I'm going to take this and apply this just to the upper crease. So when my crease starts right here is where I'm going to put it, and I'm going to kind of drag it across. Turn the brush on its side, that's how you can get this perfect definition, and you really just want to work it in that way. Then you want to kind of drag it down the rest of your crease, but make sure that you don't reapply or else it'll be too dark. But really just gently drag it and kind of blend it out. If you feel that you need more color on the crease, go for it. Just make sure that you don't go all the way in with the brand new application of color. Take the 214, which is a much flatter brush, as you can see, and I'm going to put the color Cloudburst again just on the very tip, and I'm going to drag it underneath our lash line. So kind of connect the upper and bottom lash lines, and with this you only want to go about 3/4 of the way. Take another black that looks very black. It's called Nuru, I believe. Not exactly sure, but it's another black. I'm going to be using a 217. The only thing is that with this one, it is not nearly as black as the other one. So get this on the tip, and really you just want to put it right up here on the rest of your bone. And this is going to be kind of like our blending color and brush. So you take this color, kind of dip it anywhere that you did the black, and just really blend the outline. You also want to bring it over to this corner, swirl it around a bit, and then drop it down. Then go in with this again and just really deepen it right around here. And make sure that you do that with the Nuru as opposed to Cloudburst. Next thing is that you want to take Nuru with this brush as well and just push it up here in the outer corner. You can kind of bring this just along where we did that highlight too. Lastly, before we do our liner, I'm going to take my pencil brush again in this first color. This is kind of, like I said, a shimmery right, but we're going to just drag it on top of this gray so that it matches the other side. I'm sorry, we're going to drag it on top of the black so that it matches the other side. We're going to bring it all the way down to the corner, like so, and it should create that kind of gray film for us. And if you feel that you went too far, go ahead and just keep going over with some of your other brushes that have more of the blacks on them, and definitely your blending brush, just until you get the perfect shape. In order to line our eyes, I'm going to be using this brown. This is a Very Sexy by Victoria's Secret. You guys can use any brown though, and the reason that I'm not using black is because I wanted it to be, you know, kind of like a cat eye look, and with my yellow, greenish, bluish eyes, the brown is a lot more flattering when I have black on the outside of my eyes. So you guys can definitely use black. You can use another color too if you want like a really pop of color, like a blue or a green or a purple. I mean, even a pink or an orange if you want. You can do anything. But for now, I'm just using a brown. It's like gel liner. I'm using just the flat eyeliner brush. There's a Zardoz. And this is kind of like a cream, like that. So you guys can kind of take that on your brush, move it back and forth, just like this. And that should pick up some pretty good pigment for you. You want to apply this basically just to the outskirts of your entire eye. And you want to get in this little corner here, but make sure that you're very precise because it can be tricky. You want the least amount of line here. And then carry that over onto the rest of the eye. Once you've lined the bottom, get more product and line the top. You want to curve up with your line. So I'm going to go about, not to the very edge, but a little bit in. And I'm going to make sure that this line is extraordinarily curved out. Out and up. I'm going to connect it to the bottom and then to the top. And I'm just going to create kind of that triangle. That point. So go in with your brush there and very carefully just kind of add that in. You can leave the bottom alone and go right back over the top. I'm using the Maybelline's, what is this, Line Stiletto. Best liquid liner I've ever used. You can just kind of start at the middle to make sure that you get everywhere near your lash line done. And once you've done that, simply just go over, right over the gel liner. This will really intensify it and even create like a kind of a double line. You can take a little bit more on your pencil brush and make sure that you apply it right to the line. So over that liner that we just did, we want this little pop of white just by our lashes. Really subtle, really faint, but it really brings the look together. Then what we're going to do is, of course, apply mascara and our falsies. The falsies that I'm using today, I forgot what they're called. I got them at a photo shoot and I'm reusing them. But basically, I'm just going to apply my glue, wait for it to be tacky, and put them on. Oopsies. The key to putting fake lashes on is to make sure that they are very, very, very tacky, which means you wait for the glue to really be dry. And then on top of that, you want to make sure that you don't overload it with glue. So you just need a very, very thin line. I'm just kind of spreading it out evenly. You want to make sure that the glue is on the side and the underside of the lashes. Oops, not the top. And I never use an eyelash curler, but I will once I apply these, so I'm going to wait for these to dry. Now that these are hopefully very tacky, you can try to apply them. I'm normally pretty okay with applying these. I used to be terrible. I hated lashes. Now I love them. My only problem is that it's going to be hard to do on camera, so I'm going to see kind of how I'm going to manage this. Bend the lashes like this too, and I find that it's easier to apply lashes once you've cut them to your size. That's what I do. I just kind of place them on top, and then you want to really push them in. And what I use to push them in, I usually use like a bobby pin, even like a safety pin, anything really, pair of tweezers. Right now I'm just using the makeup brush. So use whatever you guys feel is best. And this kind of pokes the lashes so that they really kind of adhere. And I'm using the bristle part to get in. Then at the very ends and the edges, once I've got it into place where I want it, I'm just using the back of my brush to really push them in. And these lashes that I chose are really, really straight, which is hard because my natural lashes are extraordinarily curly. So that's why I'm also going to be using an eyelash curler. So I'm just going to use my CoverGirl Lash Blast and try to make these look like they're one. For me, that covers the glue sufficiently. Let them dry just a little bit, and then I'm going to curl the very ends with this to kind of, the eyelash curler to kind of bind them together and ensure that they don't, look so straight. The key to curling your lashes is not to blink. So when you do it, you set up, get the lashes into the bed, open your eye, and do not blink. And that should really mesh the two together. That way they look super real. Then you're going to take a fan brush and clean up any excess. So once you've cleaned up, you can kind of shape your brows to the way you need them. It would be a good idea to fill them in, but I'm not going to just because I'm nuts. So yeah, that's the look. I really hope that you guys like it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in post tabs at the bottom. I'll do a link to the perfect red lip. I haven't filmed it yet, but I'll do a link to it. Don't really know if I'm feeling it with this look, but oh well. So I hope you guys like that, and I'll talk to you soon. Click subscribe so that you know when I post this red lip tutorial. And have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Subscribing is free. Bye-bye.